Let's talk about Hereafter. What I thought was really interesting is that Clint actually kind of created time for you to, like, you were shooting something else at the time, and then he kind of, that's kind of cool when Clint Eastwood is allowing you to
yeah, I was incredibly grateful that he did that, and because, you know, I did have a conflict. I had already signed up for something that was going at the same time. And when he told me about the movie, I said, oh man, I just signed up for this other thing. Is there any way we could do it in August or do it in January? And he was pretty dead set on going. The crew had booked the time. I mean, everybody was pretty much ready to go. And so, so luckily he figured out a way to do, because it's 3 stories, he did the 2 stories when he was scheduled to do them, and then gave everybody kind of a longer holiday break. And I came in early January.
I talked to Clint last time for Invictus, and at the time I was saying, well, you should do more romantic films because The Bridges of Madison County was my favorite, whatever. It was just one of those moments.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, I am doing a romantic movie. And I was like, what? And then this movie is the one that he was talking about.
Yeah.
Do you consider this film a romance of sorts?
I do, yeah. It's a really, because in a way the 3 stories, the 3 characters all need each other to be fulfilled, really. And in terms of my character and Cecile's, you can see, it's an interesting love story because you get to know the characters independent of one another and spend a couple hours with them, and then at the very end of the movie they meet, and you kind of know where it's going. I mean, Peter wrote in the screenplay, "The rest is history." You really want that feeling like they're about to embark on a great love affair.
Your character kind of is an interesting one because all the scenes that you play are so intimate and so restrained, you know, and so as an actor kind of approaching that, were those scenes interesting for you to kind of approach, and were they easy to kind of do, or was it a difficult kind of?
Yeah, I mean, Clint and I didn't have any long conversations about it. I think we kind of read the same script and I think saw them the same way. The guy was he's a lonely guy, and those scenes were very intimate. They were lit, you know, Tom Stern, our cinematographer, I mean, they were lit as they looked, those scenes in the apartment are very dark, and the only way to really play them, it seemed, was quiet and intimate, and, you know, those readings, you know, that you're very close to the other actor, and it just seemed like the only way to really do it, and I was surprised when I saw the film at how intimate those scenes are. I mean, it makes sense, but I wasn't thinking of it that way necessarily. I was just kind of doing it.
Last question then. This is your second time with Clint, and so when he directs you, I was just reading the notes, and they were talking about how he likes jazz music so much, and so there's almost a kind of freedom, like freestyle to the way jazz music is. So is there a kind of connection in the sense that his love of music can also reflect in his way of how he directs?
Well, yeah, it's a highly improvisational directing style because he doesn't storyboard, and there's not a rigidity about it at all. He just has complete mastery of his instrument and is willing to kind of take it anywhere. And so he trusts the people around him, the other players, to kind of bring what they're going to bring, and he kind of controls it all in a very kind of, you know, non-oppressive way. And so, yeah, I would think that the best description of that of his style is you know, improvisational, like jazz.